Hey everyone, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. So we are back with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. In the last one, our father died of the shimmer. We were too late finding the spores for the shimmer. We did find them. We were too late, apparently. So, now we are an orphan. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright. So, it's interesting because we had just made it through the shimmer thing, and I'm wondering if it was the fact that we didn't make it before the shimmer, and we were in the area, but we picked the wrong way to go. So, I'm wondering if it was that we were too late, or because we decided to investigate and pass out. Then we missed the opportunity. So I'm not sure what caused us to be too late for it, but we were. I think we need to work on some things. Biology is pretty high. Maybe reasoning. Perception is almost there, but I think there's a new area and I think we probably need better cards in order to do that. So I think we need to try to... I could do an engineering lab if I had engineering 50, which I don't believe we're close on. We have engineering 30. I guess we're sort of close. We could do engineering. It would give us, I think, tangent. Oh, so it's not actually even giving us a thing today. Okay. Well, let's do 4, 5, and 5. Okay. Alright, we didn't even get a thing for that. But okay. We got +3 engineering, plus 1 reasoning, -1 reasoning, so it evened itself out, I guess, and a kudos. New perk. Draw an extra card at the start of a challenge. Effect stacks. Okay. Let's see if anyone has any bubbles. It doesn't look like it. Where's Mars? Mars is wearing Nami's VR headset and smiling. When you tap her on the shoulder, she jumps and rips it off, scowling. "Oh, it's you," she says, fluffing her hair. "I thought it was another adult coming to tell me to do something useful." She holds up the VR headset. "Oh, this?" Nami realized that you can load the old museum guide tours onto this thing, so you can actually feel like you're walking around the Louvre or the Guggenheim. Totes cool, right? Finally, some culture. Okay. I don't remember if it was her birthday or not, but it just gives us little dialogues. I wonder if animals would be good to continue. Because our perception is really high because we've been out that way. But I'm wondering about just doing engineering. However, we could do biology. I guess let's do this because it'll help us on both. We'll do engineering again. One of your assignments is to learn about conditional statements by creating a simple text-based game. You do okay, but Nami's game is the breakthrough hit of the season. Everyone wants to play their game, even some people who weren't even in the class. Okay. It seems as if we've kind of run low now on stuff. Blue cards. So we'll do this, 6, 6, and 8. Oh, 25. We must have had a card that had 10 stress. It's Vertumnalia. In the midst of the colony decorating and setting out the food for the feast, you have trouble finding your festive spirit. Your dad's only been dead for a few weeks. How could anyone celebrate at a time like this? You gather in the colony square for the usual speeches. Lum takes the stage to fanfare and applause. "Hello, people of Vertumna," he exclaims over the din. "Happy Vertumnalia!" He raises his hand to call for silence. "Before we celebrate, I want to recognize those we lost this year. Head of Geoponics, Geranium, and Surveyor, Imbroglio." The crowd goes silent for a minute. Your vision blurs with tears. How is this supposed to make you feel better that he's gone? "This year has taught us that the aliens are more dangerous than we ever knew," Lum continues. "It's not just the attacks during Glow. They're weaponizing the very air we breathe. But they won't win. Already we've discovered how to beat them at their own game. With everyone inoculated against the Shimmer, we're one step closer to total domination over this planet." After the council members each give their annual reports, everyone starts clearing the square to set up for the Vertumnalia games. You feel the pulse of a new holo message in your palm and open it up to read. "Happy Vertumnalia, there's a present for you on the table. XOXO, your secret admirer." You rush over to the feast table and spot a wrapped present in among the roasted vegetables. "Wow, you have a secret admirer?" You unwrap your present. It's a data band. You snap it on your wrist and boot it up on your holopalm. It's full of all your favorite songs, videos, shows, and games. A collection curated by someone who must really know you. Now you'll always have your media with you, even if the net goes down, including all your favorite episodes of The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon. Nice! You search the holopalm for any hint as to who could have made it, but you can't find anything. You'll have to ask around, but later, the games are about to begin. You assemble with the other kids for the annual games. What do you choose this year? Okay. So I think our combat must have gone down. I can't do any of that. You know what? I don't feel like doing anything this year. You head up to the walls to get a break from the crowd. Dis is up here as well, sketching in a notebook. He shows you a few drawings he's made of the various Vertumnan animals, like the Unisaur they starved and dragged out for the Xeno-wrangling competition this year. Oh, I don't like it. "It sucks," he says, but doesn't say anything more after that. You're not sure if he means his drawing, or the competition, or the whole colony. After the festivities, everyone descends on the feast. You heap your plate with more food than you could eat in 3 sittings. Everyone around you is so happy, but you can't help but notice the empty space where your dad should be sitting. It's your first holiday as an orphan. The other colonists try to make room for you in their conversations, but it's not the same. Okay, so Tanj has a bubble, Nami has a bubble. Oh, they all do. Okay. Does this guy over here? They all do. Okay. So I guess this is going to be a conversation-heavy episode. Let's start with Tanj. Tanjin is hard at work in the lab, entering calculations into her holopalm and frowning over a set of samples. She barely notices you enter. "Hello, Heather," she says distractedly before going back to her work. "Someone gave you the data band. It might have been Tangent. Are you my secret admirer?" Tanj looks up from her holopalm, a cross look on her face. "Your what?" "Stars, Heather. Do I look like I have time for childish games?" Guess not. I mean, honestly, it seems like Nami or Dis. Because Dis would likely know all your favorite stuff, but Nami would have the technology. Nami Nami is using a Virtuous Space helmet, flailing their arms around, playing a holo game only they can see. Unable to sense your approach, they crash right into you. Whop! Oof, they say, lifting the helmet off their head. Sorry, Heather, I didn't see you there. Someone gave you the data band. It might have been Nami. Are you my secret admirer? Nami's eyes go wide. You got a secret admirer, they gasp? That's so romantic. I wonder who it is. Either Nami's a better liar than you give them credit for, or you're on the wrong track. Okay, I'm going to go with Dis, because I feel like he's the next reasonable option. You find Dis loading some equipment into an expeditions vehicle. He nods at you as you approach before going back to his work. Okay, are you my secret admirer? Nah, he was. I think we had picked Dis earlier. We had already done a flirty moment with him. We might continue. Dis doesn't meet your eyes, so what if I was? Don't make a big deal about it. But I like you too. Dis stops and turns around towards you, slowly, like he can't believe your words. What? Why? I just do. Dis looks at you in shock, then looks away, breathing out shakily. Okay, he mutters, his cheeks turning pink. Cool, I guess. Okay. I figured it had to be Tangent, Nami, or Dis, because they're the only ones capable of, like, what they did. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? I guess we could go to geoponics. Because it would give us, like, a thing. It would give us, like, a after our dad thing, probably. That would give us biology, and we could continue working on that. That does biology organization. We might want organization. Tend the animals and empathy. We have a pretty decent animals one as well, but maybe we do research xenobotany. You get yourself set up in the greenhouses, in the little lab set up for analyzing plants. You remember your dad tinkering in here sometimes, before he passed away, and feel a pang of regret you never got to be here with him. The lab is similar to Instance and Tange's private lab in the med bay. Well, what you've seen of it, they don't like other people in there messing with their stuff. They're so secretive. Your dad's workstation is almost the same as you remember. You wish he was here to explain all this stuff to you. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table. The analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Carefully find the on switch. There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Press buttons at random. You mash all the table's buttons until, yo, 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 kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder who she got yo, yo, yo from. Congruence's expression goes somber. I wish your father was here to see this, she says. He talked about sharing his love of biology with you. He was a very good researcher. She brightens. But I'm happy to be working with you, his daughter. Your dad would have wanted me to tell you. Analysis is all about experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new. So don't be afraid to try new things. I'll be here to help. Okay. You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushwood lumber. Maybe. Okay, let's do it. I have a bunch of mushwood. You examine the mushwood under the microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose their structural integrity and turn into, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. You should be able to develop a spray that loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks above the ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. You visit your mom's little garden. There's a small shrine set up in memory of her and your father, her favorite flowers, his old boots. On Earth, they used to put whole bodies into boxes and bury them underground. The colonies always skipped the decomposition step, using a process to quickly render bodies into nutrient-rich mulch. Your mom and dad stipulated that their remains would be used here, added to the dirt they tended so lovingly in life. Sitting here, they feel like they could be just around the corner. Let's leave a gift. We'll leave an egg. You leave a gift at the shrine. Your burdens and your pockets feel a little lighter. You hear footsteps behind you and the creaking of the little garden gate. Cal kneels beside you and gazes at the shrine. I miss them too, he murmurs. I know I already have more parents than the average person, but your mom and dad were kind of like my parents too. They taught me everything I know about agriculture and how to care for animals. He smiles sadly. I hope I can be half the farmer they were. Let's accept Cal's hug. Cal is a great hugger. Not too tight, not too familiar, but warm and strong and comforting. He reminds you a little bit of your dad, strong but sensitive. Thinking of your dad's hugs makes you tear up a little. But Cal doesn't mind when you sniffle against his shoulder. Who's in charge of geoponics now? Cal sighs. Me, I think. That makes sense. Well, no one really wanted the job, Cal replies. He scratches his fingers in the loamy dirt as he speaks. Your parents were kind of... Well, without them, no one really comes close. Most everyone else who works in geoponics, they're just semi-skilled workers who don't know as much of the actual science as they did. They really pushed me to learn that stuff too, he says. You know, nitrogen cycles and soil chemistry and veterinary science. So I guess everyone just kind of thought I could train up at it. He sighs and rubs his chin, leaving an earthy smear. It's not like I want the job, he admits. I mean, I'm only 17. What do I know about running a farm? But the way the other people in geoponics talk about it, it's like they think it's cursed. He stops and smiles apologetically. Sorry, I'm sure it's not really cursed. Mostly, Cal continues. Everyone here is just doing the same job they always were. I'm supposed to go to council meetings, but I just let them make decisions and they tell me what to do. You and Cal sit and contemplate your parents' memorial shrine for a while longer. Eventually, Cal has to get back to work. He lets you know it's okay to take the day off if you need to. Okay. So let's do this. 34. 34 is not that hard now. Okay, well that is not going to have the highest value, but that will give us a good chunk. Then we will do, I guess we'll do 4, 6, and 6. That'll give us some bonuses. Okay. It is now late dusk. I forgot somebody's gifts, didn't I? Who has gifts? Early dust. Okay, so we forgot hers. I think Cal is late dust. So give Cal a gift. Heads up! You barely manage to find cover as water arcs over your head. You look around and Cal waves sheepishly, a garden hose in the other hand. He's surrounded by kids who are hooting and cheering for him to turn the hose on them again. Sorry, he calls out. I guess it got away from me. I found something you might like. We'll do this. Learned Cal likes blue bobber fruits. Oh wow, that looks delicious, Cal exclaims. Thanks for the birthday gift, Heather. You know I love to eat. Okay, I'd like to... Oh, I was going to try to get his card. Cal waves at you as you enter the garden, leaning on his shovel. Hey, Heather, he calls, but his eyes look past you, down the path to where Anemone is beating the absolute tar out of a training dummy. Her fierce battle cries echo across the colony, making Cal wince. She's been going totally hard lately, huh, he says. He scratches his face, smearing dirt across his cheeks. She asked me yesterday if I wanted to spar with her. She said it would be good for self-defense. Cal smiles sadly at the memory. I told her I don't want to fight. Not her, not a training dummy, and not anything on this planet. For real. I've never seen her get so mad at me. She called me a baby and told me I'm just going to end up forcing everyone to protect me because I'm weak or helpless or whatever. He seems upset and stabs the ground a few times with his shovel. I just don't think it's right to fight anyone, especially the Xenos. They were here first, he says. What do you think, Heather? Sometimes you don't have a choice. Geez, you sound like an adult, Cal grumps. They always tell us to see both sides of an argument. But I tried, and He shrugs. I just think if you have to hurt someone to get what you need, you don't deserve to have it. But what if your life depends on it? What if your loved ones are in danger? But what if your loved ones are in danger? I mean, that's totally scary. But you kind of shouldn't be putting your loved ones in situations where they could be in danger in the first place. Okay, that's really stupid. We've been through Glow. You should know better. But what if your life depends on it? How is that fair? Their life depends on it too, Cal retorts. You can't just decide that you get to live and they don't. But what if they attack first? Cal throws his arms up in disgust. If something attacks you first, you probably did something wrong. Maybe you shouldn't keep going places where things want to attack you. Like the entire planet? Cal, you're being naive. You tell him sometimes you just have to fight. Nope, Cal says. Nope, nope, nope. Nobody's life is worth more than anyone else's life. It doesn't matter if they're human, Xeno, or anything else out there. We all need to live in peace. His eyes go back to Anemone. She stops sparring with the training dummy and is looking up at the gardens as she has a drink. Neither she nor Cal wave at each other. Cal. Cal has such strong convictions. It's one of the things you like best about him, even if you don't always agree with them. You spend a few hours following Cal through the garden. The adults have given him a portion of land to plan out for the next planting season. It's a big responsibility, but instead of feeling proud, you can tell Cal's a little distracted by your conversation. He keeps looking over in Anemone's direction, but she seems determined to ignore him. When you finally head out, you're just as dirty as he is. The dirt sticks under your nails no matter how many times you wash your hands. Okay, Cal, don't be stupid. I mean, you've been there for Glow. Okay, let's look at this because we apparently have Biology 80 or higher, so I want that new card. Cal's looking a little sickly. Well, I found this really pretty flower growing in the garden. I've never seen it before. You take a look at it and soon begin to feel sick yourself. Wait, is this plant radioactive? What is radioactive? Cal says, backing up quickly. Good thing you knew that. What do we do? You're not sure, but if you study it in the geoponics lab, you might be able to figure out how to neutralize the radiation. Okay. So we got a good card out of that. That's what we wanted. I don't know that anyone has biology as a thing. Okay. I don't know that the new guys give us cards. The old ones probably do. What's hers? Toughness of 80. We do not have that. It's going to be a while, I think. And what was Tange's? Hers was engineering. Oh no, reasoning. So hers has to be 40. Tange is sitting just outside the laboratory, her eyes closed and her head swaying to the music only she can hear. You tap her on the shoulder and she jumps. "Oh, Heather," she says, gesturing to turn off her hear speak. "I was simply taking a mental break. The brain may not be a muscle, but it does need to rest like one." Okay, want to study together? You offer to help Tangent with her schoolwork, but she just shrugs you off. "I'm not working on school anymore," she says. "Chief Engineer Instant says I'm smart for my age, and my talents are wasted in school." She opens her hollow palm and shows you some of her lab notes. "Ugh, it's so much work, though," she complains. "Honestly, maybe it would be better to be like everyone else. Unintelligent people seem happier." Just then, Nem jogs by with a squad of soldiers, all marching in time. She gives you a little wave, then cringes as the leader barks at her to keep her eyes forward. Tan shudders. "On second thought, forget I said that. I'll keep being smart, thank you." Okay. Well, we had some conversations. What season is it? It is 3rd month of dust. Okay, so we had a little romance with this. I'll be honest, I'm not totally feeling any of the other characters. We just picked him as our best friend initially. That's kind of like the direction I was planning to go anyway. And he, I think, and Tangent are the only ones that had high enough levels now, I think, to potentially have romantic interest. Maybe Cal, but I don't think so. So I guess we'll continue in that vein if it pops up. It doesn't seem to happen much, though. But yeah, I guess that's going to be everything for this time, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!